My name is Stephane Garelli from the IMD World Competitiveness Center here in Lausanne, Switzerland. And obviously it's a little bit difficult to speak about the world economy with a smile. However, we are a bit concerned about what is going to be happening on the first quarter of 2012, mainly because of the very strong possibility that we shall have a credit crunch on the economy. And this is the reason why we have selected for this criterion of the month this criteria about precisely credit crunch. We have seen recently that in 2011 the European Bank were only being able to refinance about 2/3 of the debt which was coming to maturity. So 1/3 has been left unfinanced. And this is quite concerning because actually if we are looking at 2012, the European banks will be confronted to something like $720 billion of debt coming to maturity, and that they will have also to refinance. So this difference is one of the very big issue, of course, if we put also in addition the fact that even Germany could not recently entirely refinance its bonds emission. About 1/3 of them were left on the market. I think it means something that probably the lenders do not want to give money to some financial institutions which they are not really very at ease today because the credit rating is going down all the time and because of the sovereign debt risk. So basically when the banks are confronted to this issue, they have really two possibilities. The first one is obviously to sell assets, and we see a bank like BNP in France selling its private equity portfolio. And the second possibility, of course, is to reduce the level of lending. And this is what is happening probably today on the market. Somebody like Emilio Botin, the chairman of Banco Santander in Spain, said that one of the possibilities to rebalance the ratio between the capital of banks and their debt is precisely not by raising the capital level, but by reducing the level of debt. All these together is going to create a quite disturbing climate on the first quarter of 2012. Obviously, everybody is going to look at Europe and the European Central Bank. And I think that the message here, which is a very strong one, is that sooner or later the European Central Bank will have to come to the fact that it has to buy sovereign bonds. It has to be somehow the lender of last resort for government in Europe. For the moment, this is very much objected by Germany, as you know. But sooner or later, this is a kind of very strong message that the market is expecting. Of course, this is a collectivization of the debt, but I think this kind of unconditional solidarity is really what the market is expecting. So the credit crunch is really probably the most important issue for the first quarter of next year. It means that the first quarter is going to be a little bit chilly in Europe. Not very good news. Some countries going into stagnation at the best. Some other countries going into recession. The real issue for 2012 will be the second quarter of 2012. This is where things may recover, we hope. And it means also especially that if some measures to relaunch the economy, some stimulus package have to be taken to have an impact on Q2, they have to be taken now before the end of the year to have the significant impact that we all expect for the world economy. This is Stephane Garelli from the IMD World Competitiveness Center in Lausanne, Switzerland.